Some of you might be wondering what it costs to run a 4.5-year-old M135i like this one. I've had this car for a year and it's cost me £6,000. Today I'm going to break down those numbers and share some of my thoughts about what it's like to run this car for a year. So I've got the list here. I've made a list. Washing the car, £90. Road tax, £220. One track day, £390. Insurance, £1,100. Fuel, £1,900. And servicing, £2,100. So £5,800 for the car for the year. The track day was amazing. Definitely, if you've got one of these, do a track day. I didn't spank it. Not good enough or brave enough. But it's really the only time really where you get to open her up and feel the momentum move around in the car. And just the sort of dynamic experience of that was exhilarating. I literally whooped in my helmet. Other things to note, I got 6 insurance quotes. The worst one was, "I'm sorry, we don't insure BMWs." I felt quite naughty. I got 2 quotes of £2,200. I got a quote of £1,300, £1,100 and £800. And I was just really struck that that's quite a range. I don't think I would have accepted £2,200, funnily enough. But I went in the end with Reese Motorsport on their modified car insurance and £800. And I was really pleased with that in the end, given the other numbers. And so I'm diabetic, it's modified, it's kept on the road. Yeah. And so £800 I thought was sort of reasonable. So driving back from my track day, I got 39.6 mpg from this car. That was just the motorway section, but not bad. Cruise control at 70, probably eco mode. And I was just watching Sam's 10,000 mile review of his Porsche Cayman S, which has 4 cylinders, not 6, and 2.5 litres, not 3, and 350 horsepower, not 430. He was really chuffed to get 35. So I seem to have done really well on longer runs, but yeah, I do a lot of town driving, so averaging at 20 a tank of super unleaded, so that's why it's £1,700 on fuel. That's why it's £1,900 on fuel as well. Just lost 200 quid. Maintenance costs, with the £2,100, some of that breaks down to I had a turbo coolant leak. Yay. £400. I changed the front brakes kind of almost immediately actually. When I took it for the remap, the guy said, "Oh, your brakes are really low." And then he showed me how to work the servicing menu in the car, and they were due. £700 for the front brakes. The guys I go to fitted Brembos. We like that. All 4 tyres have been changed. I'm running Goodyear Eagle F1 Asymmetric 3. Catchy title. I quite like them. I find them a bit cheaper, a little bit, like 50 quid all round, all in. And just a bit quieter and a bit of a softer ride. And seeing as I do mostly town driving, I quite like that. I've had 2 oil top-ups in the year, so that's 50 quid. In the manual it actually says you've got 100 miles to fill up, but I usually beeline to a service station. And then an annual service, £370. yeah, it seems like a really good compromise of what you're getting and what you're paying, provided you can afford it. So I guess really I'm making this video in case you're thinking of getting one and you're wondering what it costs, basically. If you've already got one, you'll know how cool they are. Yeah, and I bought mine cash, so I'm not on a finance deal. I think you just pay a lot less if you bought it, like running costs would be a lot less if you bought it new. Yeah, I don't buy yet cars on finance. So I'm getting older cars, so this was 3.5 years old when I bought it. So it's inevitable wear and tear, really, some of that. So what do I think? Well, I think the 6 is a bit of a fib. I had to change the front tyres because I can't drive through road narrowings, and not everyone will do a track day. So maybe it's more like 5. Plus also not everyone includes fuel and insurance when comparing. For obvious reasons, it varies enormously. Does that amount change how I feel about the car? Not overall. I still basically think, what else are you going to get? If you like a sporty drive and you have some friends or some kids, because obviously if you go to 2-seater or coupe land, things are very different. But if you want a 5-door and you want some fun in it, I don't know of a better car.